Hello, everybody, and welcome to QBEST, sponsored by Soft Academy. Thank you very much for your votes that we have received through the email of Soft Academy. And according to the plotting of the figures of the emails we have received from you, the vote shows that the most of the participants they are interested in resuming of the Primavera B6 under the engineering topic, right? So previously we had discussed about the how to build your enterprise project structure, and how then we had provided another session on how to build your OPS, and then we had seen together how to build your activity codes, your project codes, your resource code, and as well we have build up a resource shifting, especially in civil engineering, right? We do have the resources, whether they are hardware, whether they are individuals, humans, right? They may be either, if they are materials or hardware, they will be operated from a shift to a shift. So we need to allocate, similar for human, there are two shifts. You could be working 8 hours and then 8 hours later on, right, in the same day. So we're gonna show you how to perform the resource shift. As well, I need to know how much I'm utilization of my resources, how maximum utilization of the resources. So we are going to look onto a schematic figure that represents the maximization utilization of the resources by using a resource curves. Hope this session of your will, right? And let's start with. Right, today we're going to be resuming with the two parameters we're going to be discussing, right? And that's going to be about the resource shifts and the resource skills. So the resource shift, as I said, that we could be having multiple shifts, either shift one, two shifts, or three shifts, right? All what you have to do, if let's say I need to remove that, and I'm going to decide to add another two shifts. So I will say we're having two shifts, right? So the first team will be working on 8 hours or 4 hours, then another 8 hours, depends on the timings, but there are two shifts, right? And each of 8 hours, let's say. And I'm gonna modify on the first shift, right? It's gonna start, for example, starting hour, it starts by 1, right? And the second one, right, it will start by, let's say 8. Okay, well, let me put it 9, so it becomes perfect 8 hours. Then close, and then when I go to the enterprise resources, right, the list of resources, I will be able to decide the sort of shift. So when I click, for example, planning engineer, I can say that he will be working for which shift, right? Two shifts, right? And I'm going to specify, okay, they are of two shifts, okay? And the date I can add, right? For example, it's going to be on the March, right? So it's going to be the 1st of March, okay? Or let me say the 15th, okay? And so we have that shift. Similarly, I can go to the civil engineer, and I can as well say that he's going to be working on two shifts, right? And that shift is going to start by the let's say 16th, okay, and that's it, right? So every resource I can add the shift for it time. It could be a first shift or two shifts. So that's the first part where I've worked with the resource shifting. And now let's look through the resource skills. Let's say that I need to know the maximum utilizations on my project of the resources that are being utilized. So when I click onto the resource curve names, you will find there are different sorts of defaults. Like we have the backloaded, the build shape, right? The front labeled, linear, offset, triangular, the 3 steps, different sorts of curves that you can represent the utilization. If you're working on global projects, so you can look on the exaggerated build shape, the backlog triangular, and the concave. Now let's say I will choose the backloaded, right? And once I click on modify, it will show me the utilizations of the activities, right, that throughout the duration and the max. Now the curve, it starts from increasing, right, up to a certain staging point, and then it goes off in showing how much of resources had been completed. Those are the shrinking ones are being completing, and those are the remaining, so they complete. I might say that, well, I need to look to choose the linear type, so that shows me another way of presenting your chart, right? Now, similarly, right, once I have chosen the, let's say I've chosen that, right? So when I go back to the activities, right, and I select my activity under the general, right, I will be able to select, right, the sort of durations that I require. So let's say I need a fixed duration and units to be represented, or a fixed duration and unit time, or fixed units, right? So here it represents the duration times that I need to represent my chart. Now, another way we can use as well to represent the chart is by clicking on the resource users profile. So if you say that, for example, I have a foreman EC rule, and it shows me the budget that been hosted, the actual units, the remaining early, right? And it will be able to show me the chart of utilizations of the resources I'm using, right? So once I go to the resource users profile, okay. So that's basically what we have talked today about the how to set up your resource shifts in Primavera B6 version 18, and how you're able to present and know how many units have been utilized for your resources, right? And what are the remaining units, right, represented by the green, and the actual units, and the yellow, the budgeted units, right? And the limits of your project, which shows in black and green, presenting the remaining earning units. Thank you very much for this sessions, and hope for other sessions based on your vote. Don't forget to vote on any topic in QBEST, right? And we will present it, and that's your quality, your business in strategy, engineering, and technology. And we will present it, looking for your second votes, right, for the second topic, and we shall be addressing it. Thank you very much for your time.